Change of mood today. Messing around yesterday. Yes, that was from Nausicaä, Valley of the Wind, from Studio Ghibli. The Studio Ghibli film, that was one of their first, the first I think, in the late 70s that they came out with. And Joe Hayazashi, who's the fantastic pianist, who inspired me, I thought, watching him, because when he plays, he does all the music for the Ghibli, and he plays and is so passionate about what he does. When he plays that particular one, before the orchestra kicks in and the strings, he'll be crying as he plays it sometimes. He plays with such emotion, and way better than I do. But there's also, like, on YouTube, there's loads of Japanese pianists who do that kind of thing. And they play, there's some play the whole Ghibli score from all of the films, and there's one particular, he's fantastic. His name's not even pronounceable in English, but he's unbelievable. And he's only a young guy. But that's, Valley of the Wind, which was their first, and that song was played when in the beginning, when she looks out and there's devastation in the whole landscape, and it's all been destroyed, like a bomb's dropped, and there's these enormous poisonous insects, and if they go above ground, if Nausicaä or the others go above ground, they have to wear masks everywhere they go. I wonder what that feels like. But we're here not today, not to talk about Studio Ghibli, although I would like to. It's to actually get on with the 25 press-ups for 25 days, 25 each day, for mental health charities, and I'll stop messing around and get on with it. Still having to break them up, especially today. I'll be doing them all in one go though, hopefully. Just there were a few things that happened that made me realise I wanted to learn. I've always wanted to learn piano. And about 3 years ago, when I was listening and watching Joe Hayazashi, for one, and there's another pianist who does house music, playing it in Manchester and everything. He was brilliant, and I thought, I've always wanted to, even at school, but I was discouraged at school from taking it up. And then as it happened, at work, there was a piano going to be thrown away. It was going to be skipped, and I saved it from the skip and started practicing on it. And I got a keyboard as well at that time. And then I thought, I'll look out for a decent piano. And it all came at the same time. And so I started then with the YouTube videos. This was about 3 years ago, playing very simple Christmas tunes at first, because it was leading up to Christmas. I think it was August 2017 was this. So I learnt a couple of Christmas tunes that I could play, and just before Christmas, although I didn't have it up and running for Christmas, I had this piano in the hallway. But that's a subject for another day. So all this came at one go, and I decided, well, it's not too late, I can start learning. And I've not been playing a lot every night. Usually when I finish work, I come back and I have a bit of a practice, a bit of a play. If there's anything new that I think, oh, I really like to learn that, I hear something and I find a version. There's versions for everything on YouTube, even like the Ghibli tunes. There's countless versions of people playing it as tutorials, and if not, there's somebody playing it. You can actually slow it down from the video and watch what they're doing, and then do the rest by ear, really. So, but there is most things you'll find on there, which we didn't have that when I was a kid. When I was at school, I would have had to have learnt from the sheet music, which is the sheet music. I've got some here. And I wouldn't mind saying it means absolutely nothing to me. That I can just about manage if I get a really old tune, a really simple tune, really, if I get green sleeves maybe, or there was some that came with a paper and I kept from like 1980s, and it had Christmas tunes, and there's only the melody in it, so I can just about follow that. I can just about, if I realise which is the C on this stave here, I can just about figure it out. But when you start putting in the sharps and the flats and all that, when you start putting in the sharps, no chance. So no, all of it's done through just YouTube videos. I didn't want to slow myself down, because that's another level. That you've got to decode the music and then you've got to actually play it. I just wanted to play it. So where somebody's actually playing on a video, showing you what to do, that is the best in my opinion. Where he says, you know, this is that chord, that's that chord, that, and then you get the idea of the fingering as well. You haven't on here. You just, I think there's a place for it, and eventually I think I'll learn sheet music, because I think especially for classical music, it's very good to be able to do it off the sheet music, and if you understand it, it's much easier. I respect that, but you know, who's got the time? And when it's available, I always think, like, how good would like Beethoven have been if they had videos and YouTube videos and things where he was growing up and learning to play, you know, and Mozart, fantastic as they were, you know, if they would have had all that resource available to them, instead of, I think one of them was like copying notes from by moonlight. That might have been Bach, or it was there copying notes from his brother's manuscript, like drawing them on and things like that before he could practice from a stolen manuscript. So there you are. Think how amazing that'd have been if YouTube would have been around then. Or they may have just spent their entire time watching cat videos. Who knows? All right. So, see you tomorrow.